You must be new in town. Let me show you around the neighborhood. We got the post office, the park. Well, this here's my house. Let me let you in. Don't be shy. Oh, please, after you. There you go. The guy next door said he was going to get rid of those skeletons, but I've kind of looped back around to liking them. Anyway, come on in. If you're new to the show, every week I take real listener questions down into the sub-basement of imagination, where I get a little help answering them from my neighbors. And speaking of neighbors...
Hey, Mr. T, it's me, Stooley from down the street. My dad was going to drop me off at the pool today, but our neighbors got into a fight, and we had to pick sides.
That's horrible. What were they fighting over?
Some band I never heard of, Franz Ferdinand. I was just supposed to ask if you had any mustard gas I could borrow for the war effort.
Wait a minute. Franz Ferdinand, complex alliances, mustard gas. I think I have an idea for an episode.
But what about the war?
Stooley, you stay neutral for as long as possible while I wade down into the sub-basement of imagination for a World War I special. I'll see you on the other side. All right, he's the Lawrence of Arabia without the masochism. It's Mr. James. Say hello.
Hi, I'm James. And I hate myself.
Okay. That's how we begin every episode.
Yeah, I hate you too.
He says a farewell to arms is against his Second Amendment rights. It's Mr. Eddie.
Hello.
He's a real gun nut, that Eddie. You don't know that about him.
Well, I mean, he always talks about his rifle, but I didn't think he was talking about that.
I'm always offering tickets to the gun show.
Yeah,
that's true.
I remember he always says, "This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun." But I never really understood what that meant.
One day, when you grow into a man.
Yeah, when I grow up.
Or grow into a man.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a podcast about growth, I would say.
Yeah, this podcast is brought to you by...
Checks.
No, I was going to say... what's their faces? Gosh, I can't even think of the name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is bad.
Is this a musical group?
No, it's a
Hoobastank.
No, I was gonna say that company that makes like erection pills.
Oh, Blue Chew?
No.
Meat Bob, those guys?
It's like a do 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 do.
Enzyte.
Yeah. Enzyte.
Wait, no.
No?
I think it might be Extend? I don't remember. Anyway,
Extend.
I killed the joke. Let's just move on.
It's dead in the ground.
Yeah.
It's fitting for our episode today about World War I. Hey, attrition warfare, that's what killed the joke.
Yep.
Well, we're going to lead off with our World War I questions. I posted them all ahead of time here, so you guys, you better scroll up to the top if you want to stay in the loop. We've got...
Oh, God.
At Unwanted Hugging. Our first question, at Unwanted Hugging, asks, in the trenches, where did the human waste go? Which is a good question, I'd say, from a logistics standpoint. It's got to go somewhere.
I mean, I feel like during that time, it just went everywhere. Like, there was no time. Like, at any moment, you had to get up and leave. Sometimes it wasn't even in your own pants.
Yeah, I think scat was way less frowned upon then than it is now.
No,
it was just part of everyday life.
Yeah, do you mean scat in the sense of jazz, or...
No.
Yeah, like in the trenches, they were just going, skip bop, skip it, do bop bop da ba.
Yeah, no, and then boom.
I was going...
One leads to the other.
That kind of scat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's do scat. Like
Their butt cheeks were doing scat.
Yeah, you already know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd say that it's everywhere. I don't think there was maybe in the beginning there was a corner that you can go to with a curtain.
I don't think anyone cared.
Nah, they were dying left and right.
You just had to, you reach into a pile of goo that a minute ago was your best friend's face, and you realize that it's actually just poopy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hey, that's war. Butt. Reach into a pile of goo that a minute ago was your best friend's butt. That's what I should have said. Okay. Question 2. At Boy Jorbison wants to know
Boy
if
George.
World War... Yeah, Boy Jorbison. Different musician.
Oh.
If World War I inspired The Lord of the Rings, who are the real world? Elves, dwarves, and orc? What countries? What countries? I think the elves must be the British. Because old what's-his-name, George R.R. Tolkien, he was British. You say what you will about him, but he was British.
He was British. Wait, what about George R.R. Martin?
George R.R. Tolkien, the author of The Lord of the Rings.
Wait, there's two... Wait a minute, you tell me that there's two authors with, that go by the
R's in their names?
R.R.?
No, his real name is like J.R. Tolkien.
Tim was just trying to make a funny, James.
Just trying to make a funny. Hey, you caught me.
Hey, it's okay. I had a joke die on me earlier, and you do too.
But you're the one that killed this joke as well.
They call this episode the Meat Grinder.
They call me the joke killer around these parts, Eddie.
Anyways, so the question was, who were
what inspired? Yeah, like, if Lord of the Rings is supposed to be the Great War, like, are the orcs Germany? Are the dwarves Italy? They gotta be something. Who are the hobbits?
The hobbits were in...
The hobbits are the French. Everyone knows that.
Oh, the French.
They're the sneaky ones.
Those sneaky, conniving hobbits.
Exactly.
And they have hairy knuckle feet.
Yeah. Or at least the women.
You'll find out, right, James?
Let's damn it. Let's edit
I would
that
say
last bit out.
I would say the orcs, I guess, is... I feel like the orcs are whoever started the war.
The Austrians.
So that's them.
Was it... Did an Austrian dude assassinate
the prime minister or something like that?
Well, yeah, the Archduke. You might know him better for his band, Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
I remember that guy. I loved his band, dude.
Yeah, the PSP commercial. That was great, bro.
The PSP commercial.
Which one?
The one with the song. Their one good song.
How did it go?
Plays at Andronica's like every day.
Yeah, I think it goes a little something like this. It goes, I say, don't you know, etc. You don't know.
Come on.
Take me out.
So if you're lonely.
Somebody once told me the world's gonna roll me.
I just wanted to hear you guys sing. I knew who they were.
God damn. Hey, he pranked us.
Now that's how you do a funny.
This is I can already tell this is going to be a very lackluster episode.
Well, I mean, Mr. Killer Joke over here. Ruining everything.
They call me the joke killer around these parts.
So yeah, I would say the orcs are the Austrians / Germans, and then the dwarves. Would they be the Italians?
Hey, maybe dwarves are Americans. They just kind of keep their head down. They remain neutral until the very end. Because what?
And then take full credit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like us.
Some dwarf going around and, after the War of the One Ring, just being all like, yeah, I threw it into Mount Doom. That was all me.
That was all me. I threw the Hobbit in there.
Yeah, that's how it went.
And then, yeah, you're probably right. The elves are the aristocrats. of.
I only know of the Aristocats.
All I know, everybody wants to be a cat.
All I know is everybody loves Raymond.
Have you ever heard of the Aristocrats joke, Tim?
I think we discussed it on this very podcast.
Oh, really?
One of the questions in the episode called Cats was about the Aristocats and whether it was pitched as a overly long, profane joke.
Yeah.
But how about we move on to question 3. This is from @the Shrekster asks, if the Germans had won World War I, would World War II have been better or worse? Complicated question.
I don't think there would be a World War II.
I was going to say, well...
How would you know?
I don't know.
Because World War I fucking wrecked Germany's economy. And that's kind of what led Hitler to rise to power, because Germany was in such a bad place that Germans were like, all right, we'll listen to this angry guy with the mustache. And honestly, I think if Germany...
You mean the Jewish Austrian dude, right?
Yeah.
So he was Jewish.
Mustache. Yep. Self-loathing.
He used Just for Men in order to...
He used
try to make sure his hair is completely dark.
Well, I don't think we'll ever get a sponsor from them.
It's really weird that they use a
product.
We're both trying to do a Just for Men ad. I was going to say that, they use that as an ad for a long time, when you want to pass among the Goyim, use Just for Men.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I mean, there's not a joke in there, but yeah, like, I think if Germany's economy wasn't so trashed after World War I, like maybe if they had actually won the war, then I do not think that Hitler would have come into power, and I don't think there would be a World War II.
I honestly would think, I do agree with that, in the sense that maybe Germany wouldn't be the aggressors, but the other country that lost, which would have been what?
Japan?
France?
Oh.
In World War I, it would have been France.
Ah, so France would have been Germany in this reverse bizarro world.
Would have been the aggressors and would have started it. I don't think it would have lasted as long, because they would have probably surrendered right away.
Because Germany would have put them down efficiently.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then maybe the England and the U.S. would have still teamed up, because at that point I think Germany would have gotten a lot bigger. Would eventually lead to, like, I don't even think it would have been World War II. It would have been at that point World War II, because all the other nations, all the other countries would start fighting. So I think Germany would still fight against Russia. I think that still would have happened. But then the U.S. and England would have joined up with Russia and tried to fight them off. And maybe Italy would have joined with the Allied forces.
Yeah, I can see that.
You see what I mean?
Italy probably would have been in bad shape either way.
Yeah, either way they would have been they would have been fucked. But yeah.
So either way, it's good for Mussolini, whoever wins World War I.
Yes. It would have been good.
Would have been good for Benito. That's what that's all we had to say.
It would have been a whole different it would have been a whole different look.
Whole different bowl of pasta.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I see there.
All right, well, let's move on to number 4. This is from @TurgidSun, who wants us to design a mascot for World War I. There's a lot of ways you could approach that.
A mascot for World War I?
We could have a headless Duke.
Yeah.
Um,
On a motorcycle, like Lawrence of Arabia.
or we could have.
Oh, and a gas mask. You could work in gas masks and or maybe just mustard, like a bottle of mustard gas.
Just a bit, yeah, just a big ass mustard bottle, and it says mustard gas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you know what it is.
No, it's a bottle of mustard, and it just says gas.
I like it.
You don't
And it
have
like
to
it.
say the mustard part.
It's got like, the arms come out and the legs come out for whoever's in the suit, and they pretend
got
they're like
googly
crawling.
eyes.
Yeah, they crawl through barbed wire, pretend like they're getting blasted at with artillery.
Go around
I love
hugging
it.
kids.
We should have had a mascot during trench warfare. Trenches are basically built so mascots can stand up higher than everyone else and do little shows.
It's exactly
So
what
we're
I
in-
thought.
So we are in agreement. A big costume in a mustard shape, and that says gas with googly eyes and arms sticking out.
Yes, like a bright yellow Heinz mustard bottle, but it says gas.
Gas instead of Heinz, but in Heinz lettering.
Yes, exactly.
There you go. That way we don't get sued.
I like your thinking. Let's listen to Dirty Qwerty's question here. It's, what's the most heroic support role? Medic or messenger pigeon guy? They used a lot of messenger pigeons back then. No, the radio was no good. You couldn't reliably use radio. You had to use pigeons.
In my experience in EA's Battlefield games,
It's good
I
experience.
would say the best support role would be pigeon guy, because then you can send out a pigeon for artillery fire.
And then the pigeon will land on the artillery guy's shoulder, and one peck
Nope.
means fire?
Yeah.
I think in
plus,
the end-
pigeons are badass.
They are.
Yeah.
And I mean, anyone can be
Although-
a medic.
Yeah, anyone can like stick a syringe in someone's back and then revive them with full health.
Yeah. It's just one button.
True. Anyone could just stick someone with a stem pack.
And besides, they don't have the best weaponry.
Now they're
Maybe
weak.
I'll-
That's what you trade.
Yeah. And they're the ones that's supposed to be running around all the fire. No. Pigeon guy.
Pigeon
That's the way
guy.
to go.
I want to be a pigeon
can-
guy.
You want to be Pigeon Man because of that episode of Hey Arnold.
Oh, I thought because
Maybe.
of Birdman.
No, dude, that movie sucked.
How dare you? It was about a guy who played a superhero in previous movies, but now he's just a regular Joe.
Yeah, it was the biopic of Michael Keaton's life.
Yeah. With what's his name? Edward Norton?
Yeah, with Edward Norton in it. It's also the biopic of Edward Norton.
Yeah, it is, because that actor no one could stand.
And he had
in that
complete
movie,
control.
Didn't he
And either
sleep?
of them.
Didn't he sleep
He
with
sleep with Michael Keaton's daughter.
Keaton's daughter, right?
Yeah.
And then he got a boner or a hard on when he was doing a scene with his sister.
Yeah, I think he fucked her while
Or was
she
trying
was-
to.
while they were
In the
a
play.
scene together, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to do it, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like, it's in the moment. Her main
Yeah.
character.
I don't think that movie would fly of today's
Oh,
world.
hey-oh.
But yeah,
Birdman, fly. Continue,
Yeah.
please.
but yeah, Birdman. I don't know, man. I didn't think that movie was all that great.
All right,
Very
that
first.
concludes our review of Birdman.
Yep, I give it 2 boxes of popcorn.
And one soda.
Yep, that's my rating of Birdman.
All right, hey, how about we take this question from @StuckyFingerman? He just wants to know, did Germany just start the 20th century off on the wrong foot? You know, they had a tough century. Think about it. They got into two big fights. They had to be separated like two boys who wouldn't stop fighting. They got separated into Eastern and Western Germany. It was a tough 100 years for them.
True. I mean, but then you wouldn't have gotten, what's his name? From Baywatch.
Oh, the Hoff.
Oh, Hasselhoff?
Yeah, you wouldn't have gotten him to knock those damn walls down.
It's true.
It's true.
That's exactly what happened in history.
Did they have I mean, I feel like the people, which is in most cases, the people are the one that suffered because of the stupidity of the leadership, or just them just getting full of themselves, thinking they could do all this, do all that.
I know what you.
It's not the people's fault. It's the government saying, hey, let's annex this land over here. Hey, let's genocide these groups over here. And the people are just like, oh, well, if the government says so.
Yeah, fuck them. That's what I say, right, Tim?
Yeah, that's what we say.
Over here on Mr. Tim's.
It's our official stance on Germany. Hey, you got off on the wrong foot? Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck Germany. That's what we say here on Mr. Neighborhood.
Hey, it's an easy solution to a complex question. That's what we're about.
The final solution.
All right, let's move on to at RiboFlavinFlav wants to know, if you had a time machine, would you A, take a bullet for Archduke Franz Ferdinand, B, detangle the complex web of European alliances, or C, kill Franz Ferdinand as a baby?
Also.
I'd say, well, C is irrelevant because somebody else would have taken that position.
Well,
So
it could have prevented World War I. You can't say for sure that couldn't have prevented World War I.
Really, I think they were just looking for an excuse.
Maybe. We're not historians here.
It's true. We should do a drunk history parody episode. I'll call it heroin.
What? I'd say it's only those three options, huh?
Only those three options.
Well, let's see. I think I would just kill the baby. See what happens.
Yeah.
Just to see if I was right or not.
Yeah, it's an
Would have made a
interesting...
difference.
I would go back in time.
Because what was the reason why they assassinated him?
I don't know. Some fringe party. Some
or is
dude.
it just they just were trying to take over?
Well, it was like some Jack Ruby guy, I thought. Just some dissatisfied agitator was like, this guy's dumb enough to have a parade out in the middle of my hometown. I'm just going to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
Who killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand? We'll get to the bottom of this. Some guy, Gavrilo Princip. So it's just some guy.
Oh, just some guy, huh?
Some guy organized by the chief of Serbian military intelligence. I don't know. Some guy.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I would do. I would go back in time. But I would get with the Archduke's mom so I could be the father of the Archduke.
Oh, this is going deep.
And then I would be like, hey man, as your father, I'm telling you, cannot go out this day. Don't go out today.
It's not your day.
Then, yeah, it's not your day today, dude.
I'm thinking stay inside. Hey,
Yeah,
let someone else handle this one.
Hashtag stay inside.
Yeah, hey, come on. stay safe. Don't kill anyone else.
I get Austrian. I get too Austrian accent.
What is hashtag? What?
Oh, we both went for Artie.
Of course, the most famous Austrian.
The second most famous Austrian.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
Well, at this point, I feel like he surpassed him.
You think?
I think he's done enough iconic movies, and he played enough iconic roles to be like, yeah, you can point out who he is. I'm pretty sure you can't point out the Duke.
No, we're saying that Hitler is the most famous Austrian. I got some bad news. If you look at the bottom of our chat, the Craigbot was disconnected about 8 minutes ago. So we lost some of that recording. Probably
Sweet.
Most of our discussion on diplomacy, so it's not a big loss.
Okay, yeah, so I was thinking maybe he's like 8.
And then, of course, we probably lost a little bit of question 9, which had to do with... Yes, which had to do with the phrase turncoat tortellini or Traitorino Romano to describe Italy. I think we agreed Traitorino Romano was a good name.
It was a really good name.
And now we're just going to pick up the pieces here with our final question.
Like the Ramones.
Yeah, like the Ramones.
James got it.
Na, my brain is hanging upside down.
Final question in this episode, which, hey, parallels World War I in a lot of ways. I think we've been put through the meat grinder, came out the other end. Our last question is from @there_and_black_again, who asks, weren't the Mongol conquests the real World War I? Fair point. Hey, Mongols were all over Eurasia,
there's
the
no
known
Europeans
world.
involved, so like, I don't know.
Mongols got pretty far.
European? Yeah, they got pretty far out there.
Didn't the Crusades? They bumped up against Mongols during the Crusades. That's got to count.
But then they bumped up against anybody that didn't view Christ as the only God.
That's true. They've been doing a lot of bumping.
Yeah. Okay. So, if those Crusades are considered the real World War I, then would you not consider like America's invasion throughout like almost the entire Middle East to be World War already or like World War III?
That's an interesting case.
I thought the definition of World War was when multiple nations fight each other. It's multiple nations trying to not get attacked by America. But this is the thing. They were mostly when they first initiated that, they were advisors. It wasn't until after they decided to just jump in because they saw the money in there.
Yeah,
we were just helping the Saudis.
Yeah, and then we were
helping we're just helping the rest of the Middle East
because they're the only ones that wanted to sell us oil.
Yeah, and the other ones wanted to keep their oil, like greedy bastards.
Liquid gold, like the Velveeta commercial.
Yep, it's a metaphor. Whenever you watch Velveeta commercials now, it's just
it's based off the Iraqi war.
Subliminal propaganda messages to join the U.S. Army.
Mm-hmm.
I never trusted Velveeta.
Yeah, it's more of a trash guy myself. I mean, I get it. I'm white trash, but I'm not that white trash.
James. You is.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think this is a stalemate on whether the Mongol conquests were the real World War I. I guess, hey, that's for the history books to decide. We're just looking forward to World War III, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, which might come sooner than later after this COVID-19 end.
Yeah, hey, we're itching to pull the trigger on something.
Yeah. Could you imagine if the three of us get draft letters? Well, we might too old.
We might.
Be draft lovers nowadays.
I know I am.
Yeah.
As long as we don't have flat
You,
feet.
James. I feel like they still
I think
they
it's
might
18 to 26 is like their main.
like is the
demographic.
limit, like where your reaction time isn't as slow.
Yeah, they're like, all right, dude, you have
They're looking at everybody
dropped way too
playing
much LSD.
Modern Warfare.
I was about to say, dropped way too much LSD in your time, and you've eaten too many Big Macs. Sorry, you're not suitable enough for the U.S. Army.
But if their reaction time is good, they might put them on drone duty.
Yeah. Really, we could all do drone
Like
duty.
video games.
Yeah. What do you think? What was it? The new Modern Warfare game. The free to
The drone
play.
simulator.
Sure,
Apparently
simulator.
The U.S. Army has been trying to recruit kids that way.
Do you guys remember them coming out with a video game?
I think so. It was like a
Like in
Little
2006 or 2007, they were coming out with like it was essentially a simulator game and it was in the game it said U.S. Army like on the back of
Oh,
the
yeah.
game.
I remember something like that.
And all it was a first person shooter.
I thought you were able to go back and forth from first and third person, like Fallout.
I don't know. I never
remember
got it because I was
someone-
afraid. It was like if I bought that, I was
You bought it,
basically
then you were
registering.
gonna get-
I was registering myself to get drafted. I was like, nah.
Nah,
Good.
I see you right there, you U.S. Army.
I see the game playing, but I've
Yeah,
always
'cause I
enjoyed
remember
Medal of
how-
Honor.
Medal of Honor was super fun though.
Do you remember the remake of it?
No.
Like, did they try to do it again for the PS3? I think it was the PS3.
Oh.
And then
The last Medal Honor game I played was PS2.
yeah, no, this one was for, I believe, PS3, and it was their last hurrah before finally Call of Duty just took it over.
Yeah, dude, them and Ghost Recon both tanked to.
Yeah, it was Medal of Honor,
Duty.
Ghost Recon that were the
They were the two top dogs for like military games for a while.
But I feel like Command and Conquer was more of a PC game
yeah,
than anything.
incoming transmission. Is that COVID?
Didn't they also had like a Command and Conquer for the console? But it was like
Wait,
a
was
Russian
the
one.
Command and Conquer the one that has where the memes are from? The incoming
Some are.
transition.
Some of them are, yeah. Where they literally recorded somebody in video and it'll show up on your screen like as them talking to you like you're getting a message.
Yeah, I saw one, but with Alex Jones.
Oh wow.
It was pretty funny. Man,
Yeah, but out of all of them, I think Call of Duty was the one that came out with the most, and it came out up front, and then they became the only ones, and then they became shit.
Yeah.
Because then they just started getting more and more ridiculous. Till up to this point, which was it was a reimaginative of the original Call of Duty. It was basically the same. It was the same kind of the same concept, but they modernized. They made it more modern.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I bought it and I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the story. For one, they finally came out with a game with a story, because the past two didn't have stories.
Yeah.
They did what like Battlefield did, which is just like events or certain scenes.
Scenarios.
Yeah, scenarios. There we go, scenarios.
Do you think,
Tim, did you ever play any war games
Oh no, I mean,
besides Civilization, which is technically a war game?
You play Civilization?
I played Civilization. I nuke people.
Dude, my boy Joe was all about Civilization.
He's probably better than me. Like, I'm not actually that smart, but I used to play.
Joe's a really smart guy. You guys should meet him someday. He's really good at Risk, and he.
Are you sure he's really good at Risk, or he's better than you?
Oh no, he's really good at Risk. He's better than people that are actually good.
That explains a lot. Thank you, James. Thank you for the clarification. He's better than the people that are better at that. Got it. Quote of the day.
Quote of the day. Hey, I'm gonna cut out most of the video game chat and wrap up this episode here.
Fine.
Oh, all right.
Give the people what they want, Tim.
Give the people what they want. Okay, we'll leave all the video game chat in. All right. Any last words as we close out the armistice of this episode?
James?
Join the U.S. Army.
Join the U.S. Army.
Always wear a Jimmy.
Always wear a Jimmy. Hey, if there's two things you learn from this episode, it's join the U.S. Army and, come on, wear a Jimmy.
All right. Well, it was fun while it lasted, boys. I'm going off to Kuwait tomorrow.
So long. Make sure you're right.
Business. I'm opening up a sweatshop.
I didn't expect the whole video game tangent, but I'll allow it. Anyway, I guess it's time you were on your way. You just listened to Mr. Tim's Neighborhood. Credit where credit is due, most additional audio is from freesound.org, with links in the description. Mr. Tim's Neighborhood is a comedy podcast you can find on iTunes, Spotify, and MrTim.com. Thanks for stopping by.